Watford and Huddersfield Town on the GT match day as we celebrate the life.
One Graham Taylor. There's only one Graham Taylor. What a legendary manager. You will be remembered. Hello, and today we're doing a half-time review of Watford versus Huddersfield at Vicarage Road. And it is Watford 0, Huddersfield Town 0. Well, that is a first half that definitely has not been the best to watch. A little bit left to be desired there. Yeah, we'll hopefully get a better game in the second half, but not much has happened, it's got to be said. It's our first home game of the new year, and we want to really start as we mean to go on. And in the first part of the season, in that 2020, we actually had a really good home record. We need to make sure we start off with that this year, but it's a game we need to really win because the away performance at Huddersfield wasn't good enough. We need to correct those mistakes, and today, so far at least, we don't seem to be able to do that. We seem to be very passive, very slow, and we're just sitting there not really showing the hunger to correct those mistakes, and we're just kind of sitting back and letting those mistakes, you know, be from last time and not actually embrace this game. We need to embrace it, and we need to get the win. We've had a couple of chances, but it's been quite quiet. And the main one to start off with was a strike from João Pedro. It was a great effort because it was a ball in and then it just fell to him and he hit it kind of on the turn. But it was unfortunately saved, well saved by the goalkeeper, Schofield. So that was a chance missed there. I mean, obviously, it's pretty funny, isn't it? Vicuna's hair, purple dreadlocks. Oh, it's just hilarious. But he, you know, got in a bit of a crunching tackle, and it's got to be said, Deeney could easily have seen red. That's the way that Deeney plays. He's not a technical footballer. You know, he's got muscle to him, so he'll definitely come down hard on you if you're in a challenge with him. But yeah, it was not the greatest of challenges, and he could have easily been dismissed. But he recovered from that injury, and he's been all right in the first half. Has Vicuna. But we had a chance where it was a long ball threaded by one of the defenders, and it was all the way to Pedro. And unfortunately, the Brazilian couldn't quite bring it down. And that chance for Pedro, by the way, was after a ball in from Sarr, which was hit a bit high, but it actually fell to Pedro. And yeah, as I said, really good save from the goalkeeper. Pedro kind of just maybe bobbled it down into the ground a little bit, might have helped Schofield, but as I said, still a good save. And then there was obviously the chance where basically a really good ball by Chalobah. He just squeezed it into that defensive line, and then Feminez tries to cross it in, and it's unfortunately the ball is just a bit too high. I mean, it's been unfortunate this first half because, you know, we can't quite get our, you know, hands in this game at the minute. It's been quite erratic and quite panicky. We can't quite get control of the ball, and we can't quite stamp our dominance on this game because Huddersfield have had a few half chances, but in terms of shots on goal, nothing for Bachmann to deal with so far. So let's hope that stays that way in the second half. But we really need to be the home team and actually take more onus on this game because we've got a better team and we need to be creating better chances. As simple as that. It would be a good thing if we made the chances, and then it would just be a case of we need to address the finishing. And Scott Duxbury and Adam Leventhal basically said that the strikers we've got a few injuries with Parika, etc. But the strikers we have to now get the best out of them. And we've got Gray, we've got Deeney, we've obviously sold, well, not sold yet, but about to sell Glenn Murray, who has had injuries and not really got played. So he's saying that we're going to have to make the best out of the strikers we have. And I think that's a risky strategy. We've only got about 15 more days left of the window, and we need to really get, I think, a more clinical striker that's actually going to be prolific and basically playing behind with the runs, and basically a striker who's gonna run for it, who's gonna have those mazy runs, because we just don't really have that at the minute. We've got a winger that's playing as a striker in Sarr. Possibly you could say the same for Pedro. He's pretty dynamic on his day, but still not, not prolific enough and not creating chances, and that's the number one thing we need to be doing. So yeah, it's a shame really, but there was also the chance from that out-swinging corner. Very good delivery from Ken Semmer. Just one of those ones where you play it short to the man by the corner flag, and he just whipped it in. Really good ball, but it was unfortunately going past Pedro at the back stick, so couldn't have got to that one. But it's annoying that we don't even seem to be creating chances, let alone putting them away. So we need to be more influential and more forward thinking, and I'm thinking in that second half, for us to do that, let's bring on Philip Zinkernagel. We saw how he's really started to, show his quality in this Watford team, and he's forward thinking in that Man United game. So I think he could give us that spark we need to maybe get a chance, play in a fullback, get the cross in, and get a shot on goal. Because Schofield has had a couple of good saves, and the second one, really good purposeful run from midfield from Tom Cleverley, and we need him and Chalobah to be driving in this game for the forwards to have chances also. And it was really nice play, and Sarr basically got it composed, little step over, shifted his way through, and skillfully got there with the shot. But Schofield again with a stretching save, and it was just one of those ones. If we'd have just put it a bit more in the corner, maybe that's 1-0, but we do need to be a bit more clinical, a bit more explosive going forward, and then hopefully find a way through in the second half. But obviously the chance at the end for Pedro, that header, a bit too soft for his liking and for my liking. So yeah, we've got to find something in the second half. We've got Hughes on the bench, I think, if I'm right in thinking. Obviously this is the game that Foster misses out, Bachmann's first Liga start of the season, and so far he's not had much to deal with, but we'll see how that happens in the second half. And it is going to be a big opportunity, I think, for Bachmann with Foster out, and he's got an injury to his finger. Could be the effect of the broken one that he suffered previously. So he could be out for a few games, and we've got games coming thick and fast in this January schedule. So yeah, Bachmann needs to take this opportunity, but more importantly, our forwards need to take opportunities, and we should be beating teams like Huddersfield, especially off the back of that really poor performance at the John Smith Stadium in this game recently. So come on, you Horns, let's get the win in the second half.